Don't tell me LeBron James is playing well, because he's not. He scored 19 points last night on 19 shots. By the way, another birdie for Tiger. He's now -3. Another birdie. 3 to last 4 holes, birdies for Tiger. And, you know, I ask you here, Teak, like, where is the evidence outside of this undying conviction, and I get it, he's earned it, that LeBron will crank it up and AD will follow suit, that the Lakers will be as good as they're supposed to be?
There isn't any evidence right now, and a lot of that is because of the lineup that they're having to throw out there without, you know, some of the guys that they relied upon throughout the regular season. You're forced now to play, you know, Dion Waiters meaningful minutes, and he is just god-awful shooting the ball. He played 25 minutes last night. He was 5 of 13, and some of those shots are just like, what are you doing, man?
He's the same guy he's always been.
Exactly. Jacking up three-pointers like he's confident he's going to make it, and he misses every single one of them. You know, maybe you can score, but get somewhere where you're comfortable trying to score, not from the arc. And they come at the worst times. And so I think that this team is they're just disjointed, BT, and we didn't know what the Avery Bradley opt-out was going to do. We didn't know necessarily what Rajon Rondo's broken thumb or wrist, whatever it was going to do, you know, for this team. But what you're seeing is that there is a consistency that's severely lacking with this offense, and also with the defense. I mean, I like Chris Paul. I think he's a really good player, but he was playing in pickup,
toying with him,
right? Driving down the lane. Nobody's coming over. You know what I mean? It's like I don't get it, but I do get it because they've clinched the number 1 seed and they're on cruise control right now. And the bubble, I think, has made this team complacent. This is where it really becomes imperative for LeBron, even though he's taken tonight off, to exercise himself, snap them back in so they have at least a couple of games at the end of this seeding round to feel good about themselves. Otherwise, they're going to go into their first round matchup in the postseason and just be, I don't know, guessing.
You are what you are. I mean,
yeah, but this isn't who they were all year, though.
No,
you know
but they also had Avery Bradley all year.
Yes.
And now they don't. Now there's other – not that he's the ultimate difference maker, but – and it's crazy because –
But he knows not when to shoot, that's for sure.
That's true.
You know what I mean? If I'm on, I'm going to keep jacking him. If I'm off, I'm not shooting, man. We got other guys who can score.
Yeah, and Caldwell Pope is in essence the same player, a 3-and-D-ish kind of guy as Bradley. But Bradley just fit this team better. And – you know, I mean, come on. Dion Waiters is playing significant minutes, and you're expecting him to pop off the bench. And, you know, if you're down in the third quarter and you get to the second unit or whatever it is, or he's mixed in with the first unit, you need him to, you know, spearhead runs and consistently. I just don't see it. I mean, and this is not an anomaly. The Raptors absolutely snuffed them out the other night. It just doesn't seem, and I'm not going to lump this all on LeBron because there are incredible deficiencies for this team. But LeBron doesn't seem locked in. He doesn't.
Well,
I mean, locked in. Doesn't sound locked in either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but look, so much of this will ultimately come down to Anthony Davis, BT. As good or bad as LeBron plays, we know that LeBron can shift himself into a different mode of, okay, I'm not scoring, but I'm going to make it easier for the guys around me to score. And I think that's where you really need to go look at Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, who was so good for the first 2 games, scored 34, and then he scored 40, I believe. Last night, he was 3 of 11 and only had 9 points. And, you know, as concerned as we should be, there's still 2-2 in the bubble, right? And so, but this is really about Anthony Davis to me more than is LeBron. Now, at some point, LeBron's got to be able to score consistently, but he has had so much experience in the postseason doing that. I think he'll be all right, and at least I'm going to assume he's going to be all right until he shows that he can't do it.
I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about AD at all. Great.
Well, I'm not talking about AD because AD has not played a minute. I mean, he hasn't played more than a minute, more than a series in the postseason.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LeBron has done it before.
Yep.
So I'm more concerned about AD than I am concerned about LeBron James.
Okay, based on experience, I mean, that makes a world of sense. Based on where they're, last night aside, based on where their games are at, I'm not sure that I would agree. This bothers me. I think he's making excuses.
Well, he is, but I think he's also dismissing his losses. I would assume that same conversation is emanating from Frank Vogel's mouth as well. Look, hey guys, we played terrible today, and it starts with AD because you're our scorer. You had 9 points last night. The other loss, he had 14, and their 2 wins, he scored 34 and 40. Right, he's the guy. Maybe it was 34 and 38, but whatever it is, if he's on and unstoppable like he's supposed to be in this offense, and LeBron James is making him better, they're going to beat teams like Toronto. They're going to beat teams like Oklahoma City. And let's not forget, Oklahoma City and Toronto still have a lot to play for in the West because they do need the seeding, whereas the Lakers, they don't need the seeding. And I cannot discount the fact that they're locked in at number 1 already. I just can't. In a bubble that's odd, you're getting bored and, I don't know, getting stuck in this rut. Yeah, I know we can't complain about it because they're making so much money, but they're stuck.
No, but Teak, here's the problem, though. If they get stuck in this rut, like they're not the Warriors of a couple of years ago where they can flip a switch and they can just go from 55 miles an hour and step on the Ferrari or the Lamborghini gas and crank 90 before you blink. I mean, this is a team that has a lot of deficiencies, and the one thing that you could truly control, because you can't really control if the ball goes in. I mean, yes, mechanics, literally, you either put it in or you don't, but sometimes it just doesn't go in, no matter how prepared you are or how locked in you are. You can always prepare what you emit emotionally, how invested you are in the moment. This team's won nothing together. Zero.
No, they haven't, but when they flip a switch, they flip a switch. Let's not forget, I'm looking at the schedule right now, BT. Back in February, the month of February, they lost 2 games. 2 games in February.
Who'd they play?
So Sacramento, the Spurs.
Stinks.
The Spurs are still the Spurs.
Yeah, they're not that good.
Okay,
they're not.
Agreed. Houston at Golden State, which doesn't matter.
Horrible.
Phoenix
Horrible.
at Denver. Grizzlies.
Horrible.
Celtics.
Not bad.
Pelicans, which was Zion. I think that was Zion's. Was that Zion's first game?
He played. I thought it was his second game.
Maybe it was
his second game.
Maybe it was. And then Golden State again, doesn't matter.
Horrible.
They lose to the Grizzlies. They beat the Pelicans again. No, that was the second game. So it was the first Pelicans game. And the second game against Pelicans and then the 76ers, they beat by 13.
Without Ben Simmons.
Without Ben Simmons.
And by the way, Ben Simmons got hurt today. Did you see this?
No. Well, he got hurt yesterday because he left the court yesterday. And I don't know what it was.
Well, he's partial. It's a partial dislocation to his kneecap.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's out indefinitely.
Ugh.
Got hurt. Yeah.
That's not good unless it is good, because what we were talking about earlier.
It's still not good.
It's not good, but they've played better without him. I'm just telling you, BT, they have, especially last night. They played much better when he went down.
But they're not going to – but I'm not disputing that, but – you need Ben Simmons to beat the Raptors and the Celtics. I'm talking about the 7-game series.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you, BT. But I'm just saying, last night they looked much better without Ben Simmons on the floor.
So those teams you
not that I wish ill on Ben Simmons.
No, of course not. But those teams that you rip through, big chip here for Tiger out of the sand. Hang on. Settle. About 8-footer for par on 17. Don't want to give that birdie back. This is a huge putt. He's -3, 2 off. I'll tell you if he makes it or misses it when he gets up to it. What'd you rip through? About 15 games in February? 14?
Yep.
How many good teams did they beat?
Probably
that matters.
2 or 3, but it doesn't matter. You gotta win. You gotta win.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.